Hello and welcome to me reviewing In the Heights. Now yeah, I'm going to be completely straight with you. This is late. It got released in America over 2 weeks ago. It got released last week in the UK. Pretty much not only do I live in the UK, so it's a week late, but yeah, I didn't get much of a chance to see it, and I was in London when I saw it, so this is my first chance to review it. But honestly, I've gained so many views, genuinely, and probably quite a lot of subscribers over In the Heights and reacting to it and giving my thoughts before the film, so even if this video doesn't get many views because how late it is, it would feel odd not for me to have my thoughts out there, even if I don't generally review content. This is something I feel I do want to review. So, In the Heights, probably my most anticipated film, series, anything this year, came out, and of course, I loved it. Oh, and full spoilers, you should have seen it by now. If you don't want the spoilers, click off. I'm sorry. If I'm completely honest, a lot of the times when I go into films, I'm expecting sometimes to be disappointed because I have such high expectations. However, I genuinely went into this film with such a giddy optimism. I trusted this creative team of Lin and John M. Chu, the director, and they brought it home. What I wanted this film to do was stay really authentic to the original, because the original musical is so good, but also I really wanted this film to use the cinematic medium to its full potential. Tell this story, but instead of on stage, it's cinema, so use that medium properly. And it really does. When I reacted to the songs, the ones I liked, they're just as good here. I was in a really nice cinema actually, the speakers were really good, but overall the songs just keep you invested, and even the ones I wasn't quite so sure about, yeah, they still really work well. No, this version of Breathe will never replace the one I know and love, but it still works really well and is great as part of the film. And for me, there are numbers like When You're Home, the finale, that are so enjoyable here. I really love the way they elevated them. 96,000. That's not necessarily better than the original, but it's elevated to the big screen. Same with In the Heights, the opening number. They're just the use of the cinematic medium is perfect here. I've talked about the cut songs. Most of them didn't bother me. There's a couple I think should have maybe been cut in preference to others. For example, I think Nina in general and her surroundings. So a Benny and Nina song got cut. Enough got cut. You know, this film is definitely more Usnavi and Vanessa focused than Benny and Nina. A decision that I'm not sure I agree with, but I enjoyed the film nonetheless, and those are the songs I probably would have kept in, as opposed to something like Champagne that isn't my favourite song, not gonna lie. I think the framing device really worked for me. I think actually Lynn said this in an interview, but especially seeing the trailers, you see Usnavi telling this story on a beach, and most original fans of the musical are going, well, at the end he stays in Washington Heights, so why is he telling the story at the beach? But the beach actually really helped to emphasise the message, and overall just the themes of home and some of that sort of stuff, especially with Nina, a character that's always hit home. It's a beautiful story, and it's translated well. I'd also have to preface that even though I'd absolutely love to, I've never seen the original In the Heights on stage in any version whatsoever. So this was the first time me properly experiencing the story, not just the songs and looking at how the plot goes through speech. And honestly, it was so enjoyable just experiencing this plot for the first time. Even though I ain't part of the Latinx community, I was really proud to see the representation of cultures that don't get represented in musicals or film. I don't really want to address the fact that apparently there's been a controversy that some of they picked a lot of whiter Latinx actors. That's a controversy I don't really want to address here because I'm not part of that community. It's not really my place to say, if I'm completely honest. But overall, I thought it was good representation. Could they have done more with the criticism I've heard? Maybe. But I think this is a very good step, not just musicals, but films. Now, let's just talk about some things. I don't think I've ever been happier in my entire life than that end credit scene. I literally said in my last video that the Piragua reprise is the best reprise, the best song ever made, and the fact that it makes it here, and also the fact that it's Lynn and Chris Jackson still at the end of the day, but that reprise, it's godly. It's the best reprise song ever. I also think the cast was just fantastic overall. I can't really think of a weak link. I think on the soundtrack, to me, Nina and Vanessa stand out as maybe not particularly authentic necessarily to the original, and therefore they kind of stood out a little bit more. It's, like I said with Breathe, it's very noticeable, the difference, and because I'm so not used to it, it's weird. But acting wise, they smashed it, and I might not listen to their versions of their songs, but it's a film that I'll happily watch again and not be irritated by their performances. I think I'm just really glad they decided to make this film. I mean, it's been in development hell for a while. I mean, since Lynn's moved on to Hamilton and acting and writing Disney musicals, and honestly, it's good that he came back to do this. It's good that the industry was still willing to accept one of the older musicals. No, it isn't doing amazingly at the box office, but I hope it turns a profit, and I hope this film has a legacy, because honestly, I think it's one of the best musical films. I think maybe that's based on the musical a little bit as well, but overall, it's certainly an amazing musical to film adaptation, and overall, it's just up there with one of the greats. It's joyous, it's fun. There are a couple of things that niggled at me, but apart from that, I really enjoyed it. So, thanks guys. I'm always willing to do Hamilton, In the Heights, Lin-Manuel Miranda musicals content. Any ideas, anything you want to see, drop it in the comments and I'll do it. I promise you. I literally promise you. One comment and I'll do it. I'm desperate for video ideas. And that being said, peace.
This is Willany, and if you're not already subscribed to the Nerdy Brit, right, you should be, right? If you're not, you're a loser too.